Welcome to the 3Gen podcast. We are three generations of
life,
love,
and legacy.
and we're hoping to foster meaningful conversations that bridge generational gaps, sharing diverse perspectives and experiences to promote understanding, empathy, and connections across different age groups.
we are three generations of life.
Love.
And legacy.
Hello. Welcome back to the 3Gen podcast. We are so excited to be here today. The first thing we want you to do is we want you to like, we want you to share, and we want you to subscribe. I'm Pearl,
I'm Miss Al.
And I'm Raven.
and we are the 3Gen podcast. So let's get into it. How are you today, Miss L?
I am well. I feel good. Hopefully, I'm looking good.
You're looking good,
All
girl.
right now.
Always looking good.
All right now.
Yes.
Say it.
And how are you, Raven?
I'm doing good. Much better.
Really?
Last
What are your
week,
roses
but-
of thorns today? Let's see. What you got going on?
It's just a blessed day. Good day. The weather's getting back hot. I love me some hot weather, so I can't complain about that. And I'm just having a good day. Nothing.
Okay.
No complaints. No need to complain. What about
Awesome. God is good
you? All the time.
all the time.
God
God
is
is good.
good.
So I've had a blessed day. It's always a good day when I get to hang out with you ladies. So, hey, we are in the house. 3Gen are in the house. We're doing this.
We are doing this.
We are doing this. So let's get into some hot topics.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I have a hot topic this week, and I want to talk about and get you all's opinion on. So, I don't think, well, granted, you watch a lot of reality TV, but I don't think you would watch this show. But it's a new show out called, I think it's Wags to Riches.
Mhm.
Have you all heard of it?
Yes.
Yes, I have. I don't watch it, but I've heard it.
So I don't know what WAGs stand for. I think it's wives and girlfriends. But anyways, so you all know Chad Ochocinco, and him and his girlfriend were
Yes.
on there. And I just saw a clip because I haven't watched the show neither. Him and his girlfriend were on the show and they were arguing. They were engaged. I think they're still engaged though. And they were talking about their prenup agreement. And she was saying that she wanted $3 million a year if they happen to get a divorce. And yeah.
I think it was
If-
$3 million a year while they're married.
No, if they, I don't know. I didn't watch it, but from the
Mhm.
clip, I think it was if they get a divorce, she wants $3 million a year, and while they're married, she wants a portion of his show, something of that sort. Anyways, my thing is, what do you all think about prenups? And do you feel that it's a doom from the start? Why are you planning for the divorce?
I think it's a safety feature.
Yeah, I think-
Personally, and especially if you're a person of wealth, I think it's to your advantage to get a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
I agree too. I think that prenups are necessary. I think everybody should leave with what they came with at a certain age and stage in life. And I think that whatever we build together is community property.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do agree that if we met young and I wasn't able to work, I stayed home and had children, it was our agreement that I was going to be the homemaker and you were going to work. And then if we get divorced, then yeah, I think that, something needs to be said or done there. But I think at a certain age, when you both have established careers, you have established your finances, to just get into situations and take from one's family to subsidize your family or your lifestyle with no real intentions, I think is wrong. So I think that prenups I do think they should be in place. And I think that whatever you build while you're married, then that
Mhm.
becomes community property. But I don't think you're entitled to what I've built prior to that.
Would you be offended, being that you all think this, would you be offended if someone asked you for a prenup before marriage?
Mm-mm.
Because
I
I've heard of
wouldn't.
marriages not even going through because someone refused to sign a prenup. But if you love someone, is it that serious?
It's that serious.
So, but to me, I feel like you're already thinking about if we don't make it. Why are you having doubt? Love and
You have
marriage should
insurance
last
on your
forever.
car in case you damn hit the wall. That's why it's an insurance you have just in case. If we don't ever have to use it, that's the beautiful thing.
Mhm.
But in the event something go left, everybody's protected.
But don't you think that it's like because you know you have this safety net, it's like, oh man, I'm not putting up with this. But the saying goes, it's cheaper to keep her. But if you have a safety net, it's like, I'm done, I'm cutting it.
No,
I think it
I think if it's worthwhile to you, it's worth fighting for. And I don't care what the prenup is. If a person is that successful and that well off, you're getting more by being there than you are getting by not being there. Mm-hmm. So I think that you lose. But if you're falling out of love, or if you want to go your separate ways, or if it's not worth it for you to be here, then, go do that. But you can't take mine with you.
Yeah, I would get a prenup, with a lot of stipulations with my money.
Do you all think $3 million a year is too much for someone who has money?
Yes, it depends. You don't know. Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what the amount of wealth is. And I think that
even if you have a elaborate lifestyle, $3 million a month, if you get a divorce, you're no longer with someone. Like, okay, I feel like the lifestyle that you have, if it's because of this person, once you're divorced, you got to start making some changes. Like, I agree. You can't keep living my life when we together.
That's my point. That's why I say you chose not to be here. So I think, like I say, I don't think it should be a set amount. I think that once we decide to go our separate ways, whatever we built together, let's figure out how we're going to separate that. You get your half, I get my half. That's the prenup. But whatever I got, if you walk away, I owe you nothing, you don't owe me nothing.
Well, if it's my money in my prenup, you can never remarry again.
Oh.
You can't have nobody stand with you. I got a whole set of rules for my money.
Oh, okay.
When you walk, you walk. Well,
it's a lot of people who are set up like that, and they don't remarry because of that. They date, though. They don't say you can't live with nobody, but they
Trump's
still date.
second wife, the day before, he was supposed to give her up the ante for their prenup. He divorced her without her knowing. He just informed her, tomorrow I would have to add more money to this marriage. He said, so we're divorcing.
Money is a sad reason for marriage.
It is, but if I
and that's what I'm saying.
You
already before you go into it, you already trying to protect the money asset.
But you got to protect your assets. It's insurance because you don't know what people's intention. And people change. People fall out of love. Joe Blow come around and they end up with the pool man who ain't got nothing, and not the pool man and them living off your money.
And care of everybody.
Then you got to go, to another level.
I have a whole set of rules for my money.
I already have no rules. I just want you to take what you came with and what we built together.
When you come to plant my money, my heart, take your boots off and get ready.
Knuckle up, huh?
Yeah. I would have some, and you're gonna notice day one. This is not a free ride.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Okay, well, I say to death do you part. Prenup, no prenup. I feel like you should be in it to win it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree with protect yourself at all costs.
Right.
And I don't think they ended up getting married, so maybe that $3 million was a bit too much.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that was the reason that they didn't get married. The marriage is supposed to be in March, so we don't know whether they're going to marry or not. The date was, I think, set for March sometime. I don't know, but
well, good luck to you and anyone who out there who has a prenup.
Get a prenup.
Yeah.
Well, the topic this week is going to be about health and wellness. What do you all think about health? It's such a broad topic. I don't know. What do you all think? Health is wealth. So while we talking about money, let's talk about the most.
Wealth.
I agree with that.
Health is one of my favorite topics of all time. Yes, health is one of my favorite topics. Your health is your wealth. There's a lot of ways to be healthy and unhealthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, medically. So health is definitely in your wealth. So I'm ready to get into this topic. What is health to you? I mean, some people think it's just exercising and eating right. Some think, what is health to you? That's a good question. Let's start there. What is health to you all?
I think health is being physically and mentally able to just live the life that you want, being active, being able to be mobile, and to me, that's health. Like when I'm mentally stable, when I can physically go and do what I need to do. If I need to climb 10 stairs, I don't want to be out of breath by the time I get up there. If I need to, run from my attacker or something. I don't need to be like,
Not run from the attacker.
I can't do this because I'm out of shape. I need to just be able to do everything in life that I need to do. That's
Okay.
health to me.
What is health to you, Miss L?
I can piggyback with the mental part and the physical part, but I think too, a lot of religious people, they don't take their temple to be a safe haven, as they say. They don't take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
And at a certain time, it's like they don't do this, they don't do that. And I think if you take care of your body spiritually, I think you would take care of your body overall. And I don't think enough is talked about in the churches about your health because people seem like late in life they begin to think about their health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you need to start at an early age thinking about exercising, eating correctly, and
That's absolutely correct. People do tend to think about getting serious about their health once their illness is set in or once something happens. And then all of a sudden, oh, I got to stop this, I got to stop that. But the damage is really done really at that point. And it's never too late to stop. I'm not advocating that.
Yeah.
Prevention and screening is the key to health and wellness on a medical side. So it's never too late to stop, but it's harder to correct if you don't start early. So I think, the question is at what age do you
I was
start?
just about to say, how do you start early if it's not engraved in you as a child or as you're coming up? Like for me per se, I think that I'm not gonna throw shots at y'all. Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
for you per se.
But I will say, I've never, ever, ever growing up went to the gym with you all. I don't even remember you all going to the gym. So I didn't learn physical health in the home. Now I go to the gym and now I'm very active, but we've never been to the gym when I was growing up. But we did do things outside. We rode bicycles, we rollerbladed. I think that was a form of exercise. But at the time growing up, I didn't look at it as exercise. I just thought that was us just outside playing. So I didn't learn that aspect of health from you all.
So I don't
had
think
to branch
it
out.
was you was even considered exercise, but we were intentional about it for it being exercise. I think in my day, people didn't necessarily have a lot of gym memberships.
Mm-hmm.
We went in bowling, we went and played tennis, we pick up basketball, we went rollerblading all the time. That that was our
thing.
Yeah, that was our thing. Yes,
But I don't think that it was taught to me as like, oh, we're doing this because this is exercise. We need to move our body. We need to be physical. So when I grew up, I'm just thinking we were out there playing, out active, having a good time, if that makes sense.
Not really, but I think that we were all athletic.
Mm.
So I was athletic. My mom used to play tennis a lot and, kind of do her thing. So those were just like activities for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you would come along or you would, y'all would come along. But
I think that back in the day, when I was growing up, we used to just do these things and we used to go to the rec center around the neighborhood. But I don't think it's realistic now to keep those activities up because now you have to pay for them. Like now, if I wanted to go play tennis, I got to be either a part of a country club or go pay for the racket, go pay. It's like, but it seemed like back, I don't know, because I wasn't paying for it. Were y'all paying for these things when I was growing up?
I
Or-
wasn't.
it's
I've
public
always-
parks now,
Yeah.
like it was public parks then. Parks and rec here, everywhere have open tennis courts, open pickleball courts. You just got to have the initiative to want to do it, and where you want to do it. Some people want to do it at the country club, so that's where you go and play because you can't see past that. See, we don't taught y'all wrong.
I've
That's
always
really
had a
what the
tennis
problem
racket.
is what you used to in your surroundings, in your environment. But there are free parks
Alternatives. Okay.
everywhere.
I've always had a tennis racket, Raven. I've always had rollerblades.
You love them rollerblades now.
I've-
That's one thing I remember
I've
as a
always
child.
been a part of a bowling team.
Mhm.
I've always walked, at the park. I've always been active.
All right. Well, I got a few statistics. I'm coming with the numbers. For African Americans in the U.S., we have lower life expectancy. We live up to 71 years of age, as opposed to other ethnicities and races that live up to 80 or higher. We have higher rates of hypertension, diabetes, and obesity. And we're highest overall for cancer mortality rates in any race or ethnic group. Why do you all think that is?
So we're higher for cancer mortalities, but not cancer incidents.
Mm-hmm.
And we're higher for cancer mortalities because we don't get prevention and screening. We don't have equity in healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of disparities out there, but also we're not proactive. We're reactive people.
Mm-hmm.
We react to when things happen, then we all in. We go in full circle and we want everybody else to be all in, but we're not preventive.
Right.
For one reason. I think when we talk about our life expectancies and everything, food has always been our love language.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we celebrate everything with a food and with a meal. And we've always been very resilient and very resourceful. So we were taught to make something out of nothing, and that hasn't always been the healthiest options or the healthiest choices. But that's how we celebrate life, marriages, death, everything. We celebrate with food. We celebrate
But
with
we can make healthier options. I think that soul food is good if that's what you're talking about.
food in general. That's
yeah,
how we.
But I think with soul food, we can make better options. I love soul food. It's my favorite, like, food. But as I'm aging, I'm realizing this is not good for me. It's only sometimes I can eat it. I've tried to make certain substitutions, but I've been told, get out of here. Like when I did the kale greens instead of collard greens, y'all wasn't feeling that.
I like kale. Maybe you didn't cook it correctly.
I was going to say that. Well, I don't think it was the kale because I've had some kale greens that have been very good.
Y'all were not open to that.
You're all in for salads. I love salads. I love salads. I'm going to say something about the way some people, everybody think their parents can cook. All parents can't cook. Everybody, because you're used to. Yeah, that's what you're used to.
Mm-hmm.
And I know a lot of my friends put a lot of sugar in their food to make the kids eat it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see kids need ketchup, need hot sauce, and sugar, and I'm looking at them like, why do you need all those additives? And for most men, they need the salt shaker. You do not need all of that.
Right.
It shows. And then when the kids get, high blood pressure and hypertension and all this, you have literally fed these kids all this garbage.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, most of our medical issues, people want to say, well, that's hereditary, that's genetic. My mama had high blood pressure, my daddy had high blood pressure. No, it's because the behavior didn't change.
Right.
It's not as in your bloodstream. It's not, you might be at a higher risk, but we have these things because our behavior patterns didn't change, our lifestyles didn't change. But the one thing I can say about the millennials and the new generation, you all do seem to be more health conscious. You all seem to be, and I don't know if it's about looking cute or doing y'all thing or just want to say you got a gym membership or, y'all.
I think it may be crazy, but I actually think this is a bonus of social media. It's kind of like we are seeing more. Appearance matters a bit more. If you're hesitant about posting because of how you look, you're going to take it a little bit more serious. Like, I don't want to post because I feel chubby. I don't want to post because I feel... I will say I think that may be a plus of social media because now more eyes on you. Before, I guess it just was the family and friends of the community, like y'all say, but
I think it's because y'all don't want to work, so you ain't got nothing else but some damn time.
Oh my God. How we get back to work? Y'all swear we lazy, but at the same time, we keeping up with the health. Which one is it?
I do think you're more health conscious. That I do. You all are more open minded. Your palates have expanded. You want to try different things, and I will agree with that. You're a little more health conscious then.
And we go to the gym more.
Yeah, I think that you are. Maybe you go to the gyms more, a little more active in that way, but I think you're a little less active in some other ways. For it's like y'all don't really bowl, y'all ain't really out
because
doing
I just told you because we gotta pay for all of that. The stuff is high now.
I know, and when you don't work, you can't pay for stuff.
You know how much bowling costs now?
No,
it's a lot.
How much is it?
I went bowling probably like 4 weeks ago, and I went with a child. It was just me and a child, and I spent at least $100 in the bowling alley. Just two of us.
What?
Yes. We had to get the ball, get the shoes, then of course, you get a drink, some snacks. We ordered a pizza, but it still shouldn't have been $100 for two people.
Everything high.
Everything is high. So
And
that's
I bet
what
it
I'm
wasn't
saying.
good either, was it?
It wasn't. And that's what I'm saying. It's hard to be as
Everything high.
active and outside because now, outside got a cover charge. It costs almost $50 just to step out.
So when we talk about health, why do you think at this day and age, some people still won't go to the doctor?
They're afraid of what you're going to hear. No insurance. They don't have any insurance. It could be a transportation thing. For the love of me, I can't see people walking around without teeth. It just...
Teeth thing really came.
It just, because it poisons your inside.
It
You
does.
can't chew well, and I'm wondering, have you had a good piece of meat lately? It's just one of the things that just bother me.
Just small pleasures of life, huh?
Can't even enjoy the fruits of life. Oh my goodness.
And I hear people when they talk about how their parents cook collard greens and how they add all this grease to it and put all these different meats in it. It doesn't take all that. And people come out, they put the greens on in the morning,
I
they
like
go to
my
church
grandmother.
and come back and they still
I like meaty greens.
You cooked all the vitamins and stuff out. I don't think people have really taste good greens. I love the good kale, but I don't think you got to cook all the life out, and it'll take all that meat.
But that has changed too now, because I can remember back in the day when we was growing up, you and Granny used to cook greens. Sunday dinner started Saturday night, and the greens seemed like they cooked all night long.
Y'all used to boil the meat on the stove for like 5 hours.
No.
It was so long.
I don't know if they boiled it 5 hours, but them greens cooked all night long. And they were good too, but they cooked all night long.
Now.
But you was talking about meaty greens. I like meaty greens. My grandmother used to say, "Where you got them po greens?" I like meat in my greens.
I like to taste the green. I want to taste whatever I'm eating.
But that has changed over time, Granny. Because you used to like meaty greens too. I can remember.
She has selective memory.
Oh my God.
But
to answer your question, Mom, I think that prevention is a bit hard for our community. I think it's a bit of discrimination within the healthcare field. And I think a bit
How so? Let's talk about that. What you mean, discrimination?
I think it's a bit of biased treatment when it comes to African Americans. I think the lack of insurance definitely puts a lot of healthcare providers off. There's like, no, don't come in here with that. I think we get treated a bit different, thinking that we have, I guess, how can I say this? A higher tolerance for pain. Like, I think that we go to the doctor a lot of times and we're telling them we're in pain and we're feeling this, and they're looking at us like, yeah, okay. We get passed by a lot. And I think that takes people to the point where, and then a lot of times you can't really speak medical language, and they don't put it plain. So you go in there already feeling incompetent. Then they make you feel like you're questioning or gaslight you, really. A lot of doctors can do a lot of gaslighting. And this has happened to me before. But I can advocate for myself. I'm in the healthcare field, so I can say, no, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I can imagine if I wasn't able to advocate for myself, how I would feel going in there.
You definitely need an advocate.
You need an
advocate.
But
I think that we got to change the narrative. Yes, there's inequality, disparities in everything, not just the healthcare field. But we fight and advocate for everything else, far less more important than our health. But when it comes to our health, we bow down and we make excuses. But if we can go and demand everything else, but when it comes to our health, we're timid. And that's the part that I don't get and I don't understand.
I think it's
when you say a lot of people do have, but I mean, they're human. You're not intimidated by the man at the car lot selling these cars. You're not intimidated by all this other stuff that we go and purchase. When you go in the stores, they discriminate against you and they follow you around the store that you're going to steal something, but you're going to steal by that $1,000 bag. So why can't we take that approach when it comes to health?
Yeah.
And we always want to say, well, there's no insurance. There's so many opportunities, so many programs out there. Every town has a federal qualified health center. We go for what we want. We say we don't have insurance, but we keep having babies. It don't stop us from having babies. It don't stop you from going and giving birth, going to the hospital, and you know you don't have insurance. So why can't we be preventive and go for some other things?
That's true.
That's true. But I think
I work in the healthcare field. I do see some disparities. It's my life goal, passion, and mission to make sure that everybody is treated fairly that comes into my area. Or when you hear stories, to go and try to advocate for those people. Mm-hmm. I do know that, it's biased. People, healthcare is ran by humans.
Right.
All humans, me, you, all of us have unconscious biases. Mm-hmm. But you got to be able to advocate, speak for yourself. If you can't take somebody with you that can, you got to be able to advocate and speak for yourself.
What if you don't have anyone and it's just you and you can't advocate for yourself?
It's connect with someone there. It's somebody there that understands your plight, understands what you're trying to do or what you're trying to say, and do your part. You can't come and want somebody to advocate for you and you mean and your hygiene ain't up to par and you can help it. You can do better. Some people can't do better, but when you can do better for yourself, do better. You can't come and you don't know your name, what you take. I don't know. It's a pink, blue pill, yellow pill. I don't know.
And then you want one thing, but you're asking for another. And you gotta speak up for yourself. And if you don't like your position, find another one. Mm-hmm. Simple as that. If you go to a person, they don't touch you, you don't
have to be there.
You don't have to be there. Just find your number. And if they're pressing too hard,
just to find another
yes,
one.
It is. Look it up. It is too. You found that one.
Find about like economic hardship. Okay, you can barely find a ride, so you got to catch the bus to the closest spot, or you got to finally talk to someone and say, "Hey, can you get me right here?" They're not gonna take you all the way uptown. You got to go where you can.
I'm gonna say this again. We, as a people. Are the most creative, resourceful, and innovative people in the world.
We are. Now,
there's nothing we want, we can't have. Nowhere we want to go, we can't get.
That's true.
But the shit that means something. Mm-hmm. Now, we'll go across the world and back for some foolishness. We'll swim the deep blue sea. But when it's supposed to be something that we really got to take care of, what amazes me, and I'm all for, I'm power to the people.
Right.
I advocate for my people. I want everybody, my people, your people, everybody to be healthy and have good health care. I have no biases. You can't get here, but let me say that I got some trinkets or some bullshit to give you. You busting down the door and you're going to fight me for them.
Especially if you say it's free.
And you're going to fight me for them.
Yeah.
Where that free rifle tip you say you heard.
Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah. That's true.
We got to stop reacting for trinkets. We got to do what we got to do for us because that's the goal in the long run, to benefit you and your health and your children's health and, the next generation, and to know your status, to know what you got going on. That's the only way you can do better with it.
This is true. I think there also might be a fear factor. Like what you're saying now with status. It's hard when you feel something is wrong, but to actually know something is wrong, and then you have to take the steps to continue with taking care of yourself, and you can't financially do it, or I think sometimes it's just some people feel like it's better not to know, and I think that to answer your question is where prevention comes from.
I want to know.
I want to know too.
I think some people do feel like, and we get that all the time. Some people feel like it's better not to know, but I also. What I want people to really realize and know that even though it seems like, there's not resources and we're in a drought and with this, God provides.
Oh, yeah.
And trust me, if you go, there's help somewhere. If you go, there's resources. If you go, there's something that can be done. Right. Just go.
Just go.
You got to go. You got to take that step. You just got to walk out on faith and you got to go.
Don't wait till you get 100 and everything's gone bad.
Got too many things.
And so we got to stop taking no for an answer when it comes to us. We settle and we take no. And, when it comes to your health period, whether it's us, them, they, whoever, stop taking no for an answer. It's got to be that, this is happening to me and I need X, Y, Z.
And stop being your own medical doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Taking all that crazy. Now, I'm a firm believer of castor oil.
Yes,
I don't take it internally.
She'll rub it on you to death.
Castor oil is my go-to for a pain. It freezes the pain. But I go to the doctor every 3 months. Now, me and Castor, we good, but he don't have no medical thing on him. You know what I'm saying?
He ain't got
Well,
no
since
shingles.
you-
Castron ain't got no shingles.
You know
Well,
what I'm
Granny,
saying?
since you mentioned castor oil, what are some traditional home remedies that maybe your mom taught you, your grandma taught you, or that has just been passed down like in the Black community that actually work for health, like that are real, other than castor oil?
I
'Cause
don't
we
think
know
my
you believe
mom
in it.
ever dealt too much with that home remedy thing, and I just know that castor oil works for me.
She
Now,
has
y'all
some
press-
home
y'all
I
remedies.
press
was
that-
just about to say she
What?
had some because she told me some
What?
onions in your socks. She said it pulls everything out you. It goes
The
to the bottom.
detox.
Yeah, detox.
Remember when
Yeah, but I'm
the
not
baby is
telling-
burping? She said, "Put the paper bag on the baby head."
Yeah.
Look,
I
all
never
kind of
done
foolishness.
that.
Yeah.
I never done that, but it's some stuff you can try, but you put your health in the people that got credentials.
And
when
I
go
believe
to
in
a
holistic
doctor's
medicine. I
office,
don't think everything
yeah,
needs a pill.
I look to see what his credentials are. If I'm there for one thing and those papers don't say that, y'all have a good day. Because you're not finna experiment on me.
Mhm.
That's just how I am now. But I am a firm believer, and I don't take castor oil internally.
Mhm.
But as far as rubbing it here and rubbing it there, it
all your
serves the
health
purpose
can't
for
come
me.
from the doctor.
Yes.
All your
let's
health
talk
can't
about
come
that.
from a healthcare, the hospital, or this, that, EC.
Mhm.
Some health, first of all, is internal. Some of it's mental. Some of it's spiritual. Some of it is holistic. I truly believe that everybody got a headache don't need a Tylenol. Everybody, it's not about coming to the doctor, writing a prescription and thinking you're going to be okay, because those are Band-Aids.
Right.
How do we get to the source of what's really going
What's
on?
really
And
wrong,
all of
that's
it's
what
really
I'm
not
saying.
medical.
Mhm.
Things
So-
can make you sick.
Let's talk about
Yeah.
it, because that's another thing I can say. With my generation, we believe in that mental health. I don't
Because
think.
all y'all crazy.
No,
I'm
it's
just
not
joking. I'm
crazy.
just joking.
It's not
No,
crazy.
I'm
We
just
take our
joking.
mental
You
serious.
do.
And I can say that I think we believe in mental rest days. I don't know about it. Y'all,
Mental rest day, A, B, C, D, E, F rest day, a element, a P rest day.
Listen, if we tired, we need a break. And I think we believe in taking breaks.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, I don't think that breaks were really a thing, I would say. It was just like push through. Oh, you tired? You don't even take no nap, or just keep going.
Now
Yeah,
that
I was
this I
having that.
can say with generation, and it has improved, and I can say that I'm happy about that, is that mental health is real.
It
And
is.
everybody has to address their own mental health.
Mhm.
Whereas before it was like unspoken, don't talk about them, they're a little different, or they
They
this and they that, they
crazy.
crazy, they put stigmas and stereotypes on people.
Something happened
But-
to them. Somebody put something in their drink. They ain't been right
All
since.
kind of foolishness, exactly. But
Yeah.
mental health is real.
It's very
and
real.
Everybody has it.
Mhm.
It's something that everyone has to deal with. If you have any type of thing where you have any type of emotions that flare from this planet, other, that's mental. If you have anything that you have a depression, you up and you down,
Anxiety.
we're human. We have feelings. We all of us get anxious. All of us have a depressed time.
Mhm.
Mental health is
It's
real.
real.
It's how
Yeah.
you
It's
channel it and how
real.
you deal with it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
When, I can remember stories from when I was growing up, I was a kid and just in elementary school, a lot of kids who were like very hyper, and I believe that this was dealing with mental health, and maybe because they were younger, it wasn't taken serious, but they were just given like Ritalin, and they were like, okay,
They
go.
mama wanted a chick, child.
Well, that's not good either. But
They
everything is
mess
not
them
always
children up. Everything ain't about money. That's another thing. You can't be
Yeah,
selling
so
out your health
sometimes
for
the
some
kids
money.
actually did have some health conditions that they didn't get diagnosed, or like I never growing up heard, oh, they just got anxiety, or they just depressed, or I never even heard of therapy growing up. Like I knew what it was, but it wasn't a thing like in the community. I didn't know anyone who went to
Because
therapy.
we shied away from it because the community was embarrassed. It was an embarrassment to have, they used to be like, oh, they're a little off, but you never take them to get their appropriate help or counseling or anything they need. You just call them crazy. You just leave them in a room and feed them. Or, but that's real.
It is.
It's real.
I
And
know.
now it's okay. It's acceptable. Okay, let's get them some help. Let's integrate them. Let's,
Yeah.
because really we all, like I say, all of us got a little
Back in your day,
twitch.
Granny, how did you all deal with like anxiety?
Actually, basically about the same. It all has to do with it's an educational thing too, and
It is.
being able to recognize certain aspects of things. Um, we didn't know anything about dementia and stuff like that. A person get dementia at 50 years old. You just said that she all of a sudden lost it because she can't relate to you or anything, and then you don't go to the doctor. So, and she died at an early age, we didn't know anything about that. And now it's a totally different game. It's you need someone to say, you need to do this. She needs, you need to take that person, and start from there. And it's all about being educated and knowing what you can and cannot do.
Now that there are like studies, or now that you have educated yourself, can you look back at times maybe with friends or family members and say that's probably what that was and it just went untreated?
Well,
Definitely.
a couple family members, I knew they were crazy.
But
Everybody
crazy
knew
is
it.
not the word.
They
for
were
it.
crazy. And I'm gonna say this: there are some family members that I wouldn't consider as being mental.
Mhm.
They just were misunderstood,
Mhm.
you know. And then you got some people who just want to check, and they go ahead and label those kids.
Mhm.
We had a guy in our family. He sings like Al Green. We never thought he was mental, but his family thought he was mental, and his mother never heard him sing.
Mm.
What do you mean he sings like Al Green? He sings like Al Green. Listen to him. We go to the club. He's there in the talent show, and I mean, you couldn't beat him. He win every time. But his mother never saw that.
Mhm. She just saw him as being having mental issues.
Right.
Mhm.
No, she wanted a crazy chick. That's it. But mental it's a real situation, and
I don't think COVID has changed the scope or the landscape of health and wellness.
I think it like made people have to deal with their issues. Being in isolation for some people, and then also having to deal with people on a daily basis, and actually seeing. It's one thing when I gotta come home to you, but we done had different days, or you don't want your way, I don't want my way. Now we coming back to the end of the day, and we can discuss it, laugh about it, whatever. And it's funny then, but when you see a person unravel in front of you day after day, and you like, this shit ain't funny. I can't, like, something's wrong. Or when you're in isolation on your own and realize, like, I don't like being alone. I can't be alone. You start bouncing off the walls. Mm-hmm. I think that it just made everyone have to address themselves.
It did. I agree with that. I think COVID happened in so many different ways.
Mm-hmm.
For one, we lost a lot of people.
Yes.
It shed a light on some disparities, and it shed a light on the healthcare around the world, global healthcare system. But I think it has some good things and it has some bad things. Of course, it's never good about people dying. It's never good about nothing about a pandemic. But some families brought closer, some were destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health is real again, and I think COVID really exposed a lot of people's mental stability and their mental strength and getting power. I think that some people that survived COVID health-wise will never be the same. Mm-hmm. I think that it scared some people into wanting to be healthier and knowing that, their lungs are important and that different things and that they need to do to live healthier lives.
And comorbidities can actually
and
take you out.
Comorbidities can actually take you out.
They do.
Mm-hmm. For me, COVID was a mixed bag. It was a sad situation.
It was.
I think a lot of people passed that didn't have to, and especially people not want to take the vaccine and want it.
You know, I didn't want to take the vaccine.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, well, that that was your thing, but don't be coming up hugging me and going on.
Yeah, when
do
COVID
you-
was around, you were
do
real.
and go in your own corner, but hey, and want to hug and all this kind of carrying on.
Kids are carrying on.
Yeah. And you want someone to come by and check on you because you can't do for yourself. But can you wear a mask? And you don't have on a mask. It's I don't know. Just some mixed things for me. You wonder how people survive, but I'm gonna say God, it was just amazing doing the whole thing because it was a new experience. It was a new disease, and it just told us a lot about the government. I think we were more programmed to what's going on in the world, around the world, and I think it just opened a lot of eyes to a lot of things.
It exposed a lot of things to me. I think with the government too, with the news medias, with this vaccine, with it exposed a lot.
A lot, yeah.
But COVID taught us how to praise and worship virtually. COVID, to me, made the church, older generations have a respect for social media and use it on a platform and use it in ways that they didn't think could be used because they use it in a positive way instead of it always been considered negative.
The devil's word, the
Yeah,
devil's
and all
workshop.
But then that
was the
same
only
worship,
way.
but God can use anything.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
And maybe it had been only used
Right.
for soliciting and for devil's work and this and the other, but God can use any and everything. And He took that thing and He turned it around and
Right.
and
the
people
good.
are to this day still worshiping virtually all over the
All over
world.
the world.
Not just your church, anybody church you want
And
to
that's
see.
the first thing the preacher said, mash that button. Don't forget to share.
That's what we want you to do too.
Like
Like
the
and
other
share.
time, it's like the phone ring in church. Answer that. Could be Jesus, Get Brother John trying to turn his phone off. The children calling.
Yeah. So,
Now, put your phone on silence, Press that button, that you are so correct.
so the one thing that really we're gonna say this about COVID, then I want to move on to something else. But the one thing that really rubbed me with COVID is how hard people were on the healthcare industry, the healthcare workers.
What do you mean?
I mean, they
And it's
Well,
just a
the
biased
health
opinion because you're in the healthcare system.
no, it's a biased opinion because I lived it and I saw it and I heard people and even my own friends saying they're not doing this and they're not doing that. That's a shame they let this pandemic hit everybody blindsided like a ton of bricks. Nobody had ever heard of it. Nobody knew how to treat it. Nobody this, that, and the other. But if you didn't walk those halls and wear those masks and have sores on your face and see these people pass and if you didn't live that life, then you really, really need to refrain from making a comments as what happened in the hospital and how it happened. And at that point, I truly believe where I was, there was no bias. There was no, because everybody was in survival mode. Everybody was just trying to figure it out, trying to get along and trying to accommodate and support each other.
I believe that.
I've never, in anywhere that I work, saw a whole community, all your healthcare workers just come together every morning and just pray.
Right.
You never saw anywhere that I worked that, just coming out of a room and you just bawling crying because it's your coworker, it's your loved one, or it's your this. And then at the volume that you were just seeing and experiencing death.
That's hard.
It was, and to hear people criticize, oh, they didn't do this, or they didn't do that, or they should have this, or they should have that. The lies.
Well, why do you let it bother? Well,
You have to. You're working with these people.
But it's
You are
kind of-
those people.
I mean, I understand that, and I understand what you're saying. I can get that. That's just like, okay, if you weren't there, you shouldn't speak on it. But I feel like that's with any scenario. We know, and we just talked about how people don't trust the healthcare system. So, of course, at a heightened situation, they're going to be like, oh, y'all not doing this. On a daily, they already saying it. That's why they're not coming. So why would you let people who are not educated, like we said, talk and bring you down?
Were educated.
Well, I mean.
But my thing is, I'm just saying that with any and everything,
Mhm.
there are, like I said, biases, disparities. There's going to be some abuse of the, and
Right.
even when COVID came, some people abused the resources, some people abused the healthcare system,
For
some people,
sure.
even you have nurses that abuse the opportunity to leave and go work and travel just to make the money
I
at
don't
different
think that was
places.
abused, but go ahead. Oh Lord.
I know it wasn't. You're right. Necessarily just abuse. Sometimes some people it was an economic come up. Some people it
Yeah,
was a
they
good
took
opportunity. Some people it
advantage
was
of
a good
opportunity.
opportunity. Some people, you know, and then some people did, just take advantage of opportunity. But
Mhm.
that's neither here or there. People knew,
It
do
was a
whatever
difference.
your
COVID brought
conscience
up a
allows you to
difference.
do. But
Yeah.
it showed a lot of
It
things.
showed a lot of colors. Yeah.
But how I wanted to sort of wrap it up is that I just wanted to ask you all, because there's so many, like we say, healthcare and this wellness thing is about more than COVID, about more than high blood pressure, diabetes, and more than just your physical health and mental health.
Mhm.
But what's your go-to? What's your regimen? What keeps you going? What's your health routine? Or what is it that, you do to try to stay healthy and encourage others to be healthy? We'll start with you, Miss L.
Well, for me personally, I'm in the gym every day. I try to get in at least 45,000 steps a day. I try to eat healthy. I keep up with my doctor's appointments. I don't like pain. I've had 2 knee surgeries. I try to do what I should do as far as my doctor tells me. I check my diabetes, my blood pressure every single day, every morning. I do this because if anything is out of whack, I want to know about it.
Mhm.
I think my health is my wealth, and I want to get up and go. I drink lots of water. I am a vegetable nut, and I eat a lot of vegetables. I don't eat a lot of meat. Um,
You don't eat a lot of meat.
I don't.
Oh.
I don't eat a lot of meat.
Well, you eat like a bird anyway.
Yeah,
I think you're a
your
little
portions are
obsessive
small.
with you sometimes you get a little obsessed with
You concern me sometimes.
because you eat very small portions. You eat like a bird, and you're determined to be fine.
I don't eat overeat. When I'm full, I'm full. I
Okay.
don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't
just
need to
can't
taste
believe
everything.
you could be full with a half.
That's sure.
A
That's
leg.
those are your beliefs.
A piece of the wing.
Okay, a piece of the wing
And a
and a
spoonful
piece
of-
of broccoli.
Yeah.
You're
That
not.
if that's all I can consume right then, that's all I can consume.
Do you think that's a generational thing, though?
No,
No.
no,
Hmm.
no.
I do think that your generation was a little obsessed with the weight thing. Even now, when the first thing someone of an older age says when they see you is, "Oh, you're getting big," or "Oh, they'll never."
They showed
They
you now. You
don't
sure right
never.
about that. You
Now,
sure
they'll
right
never
now.
tell you if you lost weight now. They'll never say, "Oh, you look good, you lost weight,"
You got
but they
big
sure
bones,
say, "Hey, you getting big."
They
Oh,
will
that-
say it, won't they?
Oh my God!
Like, who wants to hear that? But that's the
Why?
first thing
That's
they
the
say.
First thing. So why is it that y'all just obsessed with weight?
I don't know. If you're getting big, you get.
But you don't be getting big. I heard that.
And you can't tell them that.
Yes, but don't say it now.
Don't you better not.
You better not tell them they getting
I
weight.
think if you wear it well, there's nothing wrong with if you can
But
can
they
do
love to
it.
say,
But
"Oh,
weight
you
is
gained a
such-
little weight."
But
Yeah.
weight for everyone is
It's
such
such
a
a sticky
sensitive,
subject, yeah.
such a sensitive subject. So why would that be the first thing, whether they look good with it or not? Why would that be the first thing you say to someone when you see them?
Well, if you're gaining too much weight, you're gonna be unhealthy.
Y'all ain't saying it for the health benefits.
Of course.
Please.
Raven, what's your regimen? What's your go-to? What do you like to do? You kind of become a little gym rat too.
I like the gym. It helps me clear my mind. But I like yoga. I like meditation. I'm not really the healthiest eater, if I'm gonna be honest, but I love to eat healthy. But it's just it takes a little bit more effort. And yeah, I'm a quick fix type of girl. I don't cook a lot, so yeah. But I like the gym, meditation, yoga. I love yoga, especially hot yoga.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
those are my
love,
little
love,
remedies.
love hot yoga. That's my go-to thing. I love hot
I'm not
yoga.
a nature girly, so I'm not gonna be out there hiking and all of that. You're not gonna ever see that. Well, you'll see it, but not often.
Just for the photo op.
Not for not for photo. Only if I'm like out the country or out of town and I'm doing excursions. That's about as much as you're gonna get me outside and
I'm
on
with
an
you.
excursion. But
I'm
if
with
it
you.
ain't for the adventure, I ain't doing it.
I'm with you.
I like interactive activities. I love yoga. I like
Mhm.
pickleball. I'm not a big gym person, but I know I need to go
ain't.
to the gym. But I'm competitive, so I love sports. I really like more interactive, competitive type things. Right now, I'm null and void and need to get into something and not really doing a whole lot of anything. But like when we did kickboxing, I love that. I like kickboxing.
I love
Kickboxing
kickboxing.
was
I
good.
love kickboxing.
Pickleball. I love hot yoga. I'm not a big eater, but I eat all the wrong things. If I'm gonna be honest with
You're a
myself,
snacker.
I love to graze
you a
and snack.
snacker.
Yes, I graze
We're
and I
working on
snack.
that
But
now.
we're working on it. I'm doing better. But yeah, but I think my go-to really for me is not more so the food and the exercise. I'm a big advocate of mental stimulation. I think that's what kind of keeps me healthy and keeps me going. I like to acknowledge feelings and emotions. I believe in education and helping others and trying to get people to advocate for their own health and just meeting themselves where they are and knowing what it is that takes them to the next level or what motivates them or what's going to, get them to do the right thing.
Yeah, because you like to take on other people's stuff.
You think I like to take on other people's stuff?
You do, and I do
That's
think
not true.
that it helps your mental now. When you know you got somebody else's business in your hands, you get to it.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It is. Yeah, you have
helper.
a big heart.
I'm
you
a
are.
helper. And I do.
That's
I'll
good.
neglect mine to help somebody
And
else.
that's
That part
where
is true.
the issue comes in the
That
hand.
part is true.
Don't
That part is
neglect
true.
your health. Worried about others' health.
Well,
Make
I'm
sure
all
that you're
into
taking care of
mine.
yourself, whether it's mentally, physically, and just make sure that you can advocate for yourself. And if you can't, get someone who can.
Get
There's
someone
no
who
excuse,
can.
especially in this day and age. Everyone can be healthy.
Everyone can be healthy. You said that well.
Yes.
You said that
Tell them
well.
what to do, Granny.
Like and share.
Tell them.
Don't forget. If this has been helpful for you, press that share button. Press the subscribe button. And leave a comment. I want to hear and know what you're thinking about this segment.
Thanks again for joining the 3Gen podcast. We'll see y'all next
Thanks
week.
again. Stay healthy.
Ta-ta.